we are back. Mitten Motorsports. We're gonna do a little wrenching on, what is this, Justin?
It's been a while.
Is this a Ford or a Cummins?
It's a Ford.
God
we
dang.
showed this thing, I think, once before last year. Had a 400 Eminent with a 4-speed manual. And this winter I wanted to put something in there a little more, not reliable, but just smoother. And went
MO POWA.
MO POWA. So I went with the oldest swap in the book, a 12 valve.
What do you got, a 5-speed in it now? You had
Yep.
to do a fuel cell in the back. What exhaust you got on it?
It's got a 3-inch, so it's still factory like size 3-inch exhaust. So yeah, I bought, it's a 25-gallon fuel cell I put in the factory fuel location for this, and I just cut a hole in the bed for now to fill it up with fuel. Undercoated the whole frame, cleaned it
frame
out.
Looks excellent.
Yeah, that turned out good. Fuel cell, I put a fast 140 on it, so it's got a fast pump.
Check her out. Actually ripped right now with stock injectors.
I mean, it runs pretty good. I mean, it felt fast at first, but now it's starting to feel a little slow since I drove it.
I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, so on the inside, let's see. Yeah, so it's an NV4500 5-speed out of the Dodge, which lined up pretty well in the tunnel. I just got a new hole for that. The truck was originally a stick, so I just modified the factory Ford clutch pedal, and I had to reinforce the firewall for the slave cylinder. I actually used the Dodge throttle pedal. I cut it off the Dodge bracket and bolted it to the firewall. Made custom gauge sheet. It's got all autometer gauges.
Yeah, that looks sick. That turned out good.
That turned out very nice. And then the factory heater box wouldn't fit. I would have had to move the turbo. So I just got rid of the factory heater box, and it's got a vintage air heater underneath the passenger on the firewall. And there's a control up there. So it's got floor and defrost.
Yeah, you definitely need defrost.
Yes, yeah, definitely needs defrost.
Otherwise you'll be wiping your window on the way to work. Got the old Cummins badge on her. Hell yeah.
The second gen intercooler, I flipped it upside down. Had to cut out a little bit of the core support, but that actually fit in there pretty well. Just made some brackets that it sits on. I trimmed the grill, so the grill fits pretty decent. The factory hood latch all fits. Ford radiator, I accidentally put a hole in the other one, so I upgraded to this aluminum one, so it's a little bit wider. Keeps it nice and cool.
You got the Freedom horn, I see.
Freedom horn, yep, eBay special.
That's a Spanx. No.
It's a Spanx. It's actually the factory second gen intercooler pipe. That all lined up and worked. The other side I just had to cut down and shorten, and I swiveled the inlet up from the turbo a little bit. Just some stuff I got off Summit to make my intake. It's got a PA Performance alternator, which was a 1-wire conversion alternator. So I know the Dodges run through the stock PCM. So that's just a 1-wire easy alternator. Stock turbo, yep. Yeah, it's got a 0 fuel plate in it and the Horn of Freedom. That's about it for now. Radiator hoses are a little janky, but they worked. Just like universal ones I could swivel. Well, so yeah, it was a pretty easy swap. I had to cut the cross member out too. I had to cut 3 inches out of the cross member to fit the Cummins in there. That was definitely a little tricky. And then
you bought custom motor mounts, didn't you?
Yeah, from Diesel Conversion Specialist, the motor mounts came from. So bolted right to the block and bolted right to the frame in the truck. You just had to drill out the factory holes. Made a custom cross member mount for the trans. Drive shafts, I put 1410 yokes on these axles, stock to Dana 60 front and rear. And I had CCI shorten my stock rear Dodge drive shaft, and then they built me a custom front shaft. So it's still 4-wheel drive and functionable. Where I reinforced the firewall for the slave cylinder. That turned out pretty well.
Was it flexing when you were trying to push the clutch in?
Yeah, pushed it pretty hard. Power steering lines, that wasn't too bad. Say it's all factory Dodge stuff, and I found fittings, conversion fittings on Summit, and then just a braided AN line. So that was fairly easy.
Oh yeah, right to the gearbox?
Yep. Yeah, so I didn't have any made. Made a new steering shaft because the old one was pretty sloppy. It was just all custom universal steering shaft stuff. It's got a fuel block off plate for the factory lift pump because now it's got a FAS. The back of the head's got a bolt-in freeze plug because I know the back freeze plug tend to blow out. I did rear main, front main, which rear main's already leaking. And behind the timing cover, the gear cover, that's leaking, which is unfortunate, but I didn't have time to change that. It's got an eBay special clutch in it because the clutch, I bought a whole donor truck and the clutch was blown out when I got it. So that was nice. I had all the parts to steal from that to work. So it's new brake lines, all new brake lines. That was nice off eBay, already all pre-bent. New front brakes, new shocks,
New wheels.
new wheels.
3-piece fuel. Dang.
Yep. They're okay. Good from far, far from good. But
20-foot roll.
yes,
Good from 20
the
foot,
whole
inside
truck's-
20 foot.
Whole truck's a 20-foot roll.
How's it drive?
Honestly, for a 78, it drives pretty good. Steering's tight now. That was a big issue before, is it was a little loose. So the new steering shaft fixed that. Other than that, I mean, I think I put 2,000 miles on the thing already. Drive it back and forth to work and cruise it on the weekends. Just need some more power.
MO
So,
POWA.
MO POWA.
And what kind of injectors you get?
Ducky, they're 90 horse and 5x12 sack injectors. So nothing too crazy, but they should power it for now, and then we'll eventually get a bigger turbo on there. And then probably over the winter, pull the head off, do head gasket, studs, and then probably advance the pump timing. And then, delivery valves, governor springs, all that fancy stuff.
Cool. We should probably put some injectors in, huh?
Yeah, we should probably put some injectors in.
Alright. Sounds great now.
That sounds good. Just took a second.
Yeah.
A little rest of the air out. Is it fast?
It's super fast.
Rocket ship.
Is it moving? Can you feel it?
It feels like it's a little more responsive.
Is it half throttle? I didn't look. Did it smoke a lot? Yeah, that was a lot.
God help me, I got a race car.
Definitely pulls hard.
That is way
It's way faster than it was. Okay. Impressive. Alright, that made a little bit more of a difference than I was expecting. I feel like 80.
This thing hauls.
At full tilt, it doesn't smoke that much. I'm surprised. Damn it. Should have got the bigger one.